Hello everyone! Today I have something for sweet lovers. I'm gonna show famous Christmas French dessert, Bûche de Noël. I am making this thing almost every year in my house, so I hope you're gonna like it. And let's start it. For this recipe I need to make 3 things: cocoa sponge, vanilla chantilly and buttercream. And let's start with the sponge. I will need eggs, flour, sugar and cocoa. The full recipe will be in the description below, so you can check it out. I start with mixing egg yolks alone for a few minutes. And then I add sugar part by part and I whisk everything till very thick and smooth. You want to end up with consistency like this. Now you can sieve in the flour and cocoa powder and mix everything together. And I also put a pinch of salt for better taste. Now I can transfer it inside a big bowl and I'm gonna prepare my meringues. So I start again with only egg whites, mix them for a few minutes so I get soft foam, and only then I start adding sugar part by part. You don't wanna make maximum thickness on the meringue because this would be difficult to combine with my cocoa mix. So do it just like 80% of the maximum thickness. And now you can combine them easily both together, slowly part by part. If you're not able to mix it properly and you still can see some white parts, that's fine. You don't wanna overdo it because you would lose the air. And the last thing is to spread everything on the baking paper, nice and flat. And I'm gonna bake it 180 degrees Celsius, 10 to 12 minutes, depend on your oven. But make sure you don't bake it too much because the sponge becomes super dry and you're not gonna be able to roll it. When you take it out from the oven, leave the sponge on the side to cool down a little bit, and in meantime prepare a cloth with a little bit of powdered sugar on the top. And in 5 minutes you can put the sponge on the top, take out the baking paper and let's roll it. You have to do this step when the sponge is still warm, otherwise it will break it. You need to make sure the sponge will cool down in this shape because this will help you later on. And now I'm gonna leave the sponge on the side to cool down completely. Just make sure you don't put it inside the fridge because that's way too cold. And in meantime I start with my chantilly cream. For my chantilly I want to use a little bit gelatin because I need to make sure the cream is still hard even after a few days in the fridge. So I mix gelatin powder with water and I leave it on the side. And in the bowl I mix cream, sugar, vanilla, spices, and I'm gonna make thick chantilly. I put the gelatin for 5 seconds inside the microwave so it just melts a little bit, and when the chantilly is already quite hard, I put my gelatin in. This is the thickness roughly before adding the gelatin. You have to end up with nice and thick cream, but make sure you don't over whisk it, otherwise you end up with butter. Now I can roll out my sponge and let's spread the cream on the top. You wanna make nice thick and straight layer. And then you just roll it back, nice and slow, with the help of your towel. Don't rush it, make sure the roulade is nice and tight. And now we're gonna leave it inside the fridge for at least 1 to 2 hours. But if you can do more, even overnight, even better. And the last thing I have to start with is my buttercream. So let's do it. I will need butter, cream, sugar, cocoa powder and pinch of salt. You always want to start with mixing butter alone so it gets nice and soft and creamy. And then you can put sugar part by part in. Make sure you never put the sugar everything at once. When you have really nice consistency, you can put your cocoa powder and salt in. Mix it for 1 more minute. And the last thing you want to put in is cream. This is optional, but the cream gives you really nice texture and smoothness, so I like to add it. And you end up with beautiful cocoa buttercream like this. Before you put the buttercream on top of the roulade, you wanna brush out a little bit of sugar so everything sticks together. There are more ways how you can put the buttercream on the top. You can use spatula as I do. You can use piping bag and decorate it somehow. That's really up to you. I cut the sides so the whole thing looks a little bit better and less decorated. I'm gonna use raspberries, lemon balm and a little bit of powdered sugar on the top. And if you enjoyed today's recipe guys, don't forget to give a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what's your favorite Christmas dessert. With the decoration you can be really creative. You can use different fruits, herbs or twirls or even shave fresh chocolate on the top. And the last thing we have to do is to cut it in the middle and see how it ends up. And I think it looks amazing. I totally recommend you to try it at home. Good luck and have fun. And if you want to see another Christmas dessert, check out my recipe with pear, poached red wine, hazelnut scramble, lemon gel and white chocolate mousse. Thank you for watching and I see you next time.